Starting the stream. Cool. This is fun. Never done this before, but we're gonna try it. Gonna notify some people first, so maybe someone will show up. Is there people watching? I am going to draw some elementals. Let me know if there's any issues, like can you hear me properly? Can you see everything well? I don't have any stream layouts or anything. So yeah, because I'm trying this for the first time basically, so please bear with me. I have no idea how streaming works, so but we're gonna do it. We're just gonna figure it out. I am going to look up some references because I want to draw some elementals, and I've already set this in a title, so you probably already knew it, but feel free to sketch with me. And I'm gonna turn off my Discord notifications real quick. I am a professional YouTuber, I swear. No, not sound settings. Oh dear. Discord down. All the way off, please. Thank you. Cool. Now I shouldn't get bothered by people messaging me. Anyway, so I'm gonna draw 3 characters, 3 elementals. Quinn, which is gonna be an earth horse. Moira is gonna be a shadow wolf, and we have Sol, the fire hyena. So it's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna look up some references real quick and we'll get started. You know, get a drink, get your sketchbooks out, and you know, sketch along with me. And feel free to let me know what you're drawing in the chat. I don't see any messages yet, so I suppose they'll come. Oh, hey, there's people here. Hi. Cool. Yes, references. Should have done this before. Whoops. Hyenas are such cool animals, dude. How about, yeah, I'm just gonna give you some other stuff to look at, maybe. This will help. I really should have looked up references before this. But it's okay, we're just gonna roll with it. Just gonna be chill, fun. Vibing currently, but might grab my drawing tablet. Fun. Yeah, just draw together. Live streaming is hard. Okay, got some hyenas. I want a picture from the front, like this. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna just draw Sol first then. Cool. Right. I'm thinking I'll just do 1 page instead of a whole spread like this. So maybe I'll just draw them each once or twice. Right. Don't know if you can even see that. I love my big sketchbook, but it really is a big sketchbook, so it's kind of hard to hold in position. I usually like sit on my bed whilst I'm drawing. I'm gonna try and see if I can set it up against something. That might work. Just like stabilize it so I don't have to hold it. I'm a professional artist. I'm really not, actually. Right. Goodness, it's hard to position the camera, so I'm not. Oh, hi, Patch. And so it's not entirely showing what I'm drawing, maybe, because I'm just using my webcam. So I was trying to use like a different camera, like this thing. It's really old, but I wasn't able to position it correctly, so it'd be upside down. So it's either you can see my sketchbook upside down, or you can see me right way up. Also, that one has like really quite terrible quality, but I'll like show you updates. Maybe once I get into watercolors, you'll be able to tell what I'm doing. But I wanted to sketch a bit first. Do you have any questions or any like topics you want to talk about? Just trying to. Usually when I'm doing a voiceover for YouTube, I'm able to make some like, because I have something to talk about, so it can sound entertaining. But right now, basically, I'm just sketching, and when I'm sketching, I don't usually talk. Hello. But this is fun, you know. There's people here. We're hanging out. So, like, if you have any questions or any topics that you want me to discuss, do you want to hear my opinion on, let me know. Otherwise, it's going to just be quiet. Which is fine too, I suppose. But might not make for such an entertaining stream. Next time I'll try and set up a proper camera. But I just wanted to test it out, because, I mean, streaming might be fun. I've never done it before, so I just wanted to give it a go. And it might also be an easy way of making content. What's your thought process as you create elementals? How do you decide what animal or what element they are, etc.? Okay, that's cool. That's fun to talk about. Usually, it's either I have an idea. I just have an idea. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. Or, oh, I need an elemental for this specific element. Or usually it starts with just an idea that I then try and expand upon it, so I don't immediately jump into sketching. I try and think about it first, especially if it's relevant to the story. So coming up with a backstory is really also quite important when it comes to elementals. For those of you who don't know, elementals are a big part of my story that I'm writing, my screenplay. So like there's quite a bit of story element to it as well. These new elementals I'm designing is really quite interesting. It's I don't think it's going to be part of season 2, but it's like maybe an idea for a potential season 3. Anyway, it is the direction that they're going in. It's kind of like a next generation of elementals. So it's a new, how do you say it? It's kind of like redefining what elementals are, which is really quite exciting because they've always been kind of the same. Because it's always been quite clear cut, especially when it like comes to like fire elementals, for example. It's just an animal that has, you know, an aspect of its body has become fire. So in this particular story, Element is basically like redefining not just elementals, but redefining what elemental magic is and how to use elemental magic, which is really quite exciting. Can't imagine it makes much sense for those of you who've not read my screenplay, but I hope it's entertaining to listen to anyway. Yeah, so I'd say it starts with an idea, with an animal that I'm inspired by. So I've been inspired by like feral hogs and pigs. I've like recently discovered that they're really cool animals, so I wanted to draw them, and I wanted to get a bit of a feel for them. So I like sketch one. I'm like, oh, I just want to make an elemental. So sometimes it's just superficial like that, but other times there's like a whole story that goes into it first. Grim, for example, Grim is a shadow wolf hound, and I like first figured out his entire backstory because I was thinking about season 2. I like thinking, okay, how do I want to start? What's the things I want to get into and the lore and everything. And then I figured, well, you know, I don't want to give too much away, but I like figured out the whole backstory, and it was going. No, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give any spoilers. But it was it's emotional and really exciting. So once I finally get around to writing, you'll see. As it comes for where I like put the elements, I tend to look at the animals themselves a lot. So, for example, I have, show this. I made this one yesterday. This one up above. This is a gems book, and they naturally have the black pattern. They naturally have that. So I take that into account when I'm designing these. So I want to keep what makes the animal this particular animal. So I once I color this will become more apparent. But the different materials that it's made out of. So you have the black bits that's going to be onyx. And then the white bit's going to be like marble-ish type of thing. So kind of finding ways to marry the animal and the elements. I'm doing that for this what I've got so far for the hyena. Hyenas have like this big tuft of fur at the top of them. Striped hyenas anyway. So I am turning that into fire basically. And also I'm adding, you'll see that once I sketch one that's a bit more zoomed out, you'll see where, you know, the rest of the bits of fire I'm going to be putting, where I'm going to be putting the rest of the fire. English, it's difficult. But it's going to be fun. And especially once it gets colored, because this one, his name is Soul, and I've been playing too much Minecraft, but the fire's going to be blue for this one. So that's going to be really cool. I don't want to spend too much time on each sketch, so I'm about like finishing this one up, giving him a pupil so he doesn't look dead, and some whiskers. yeah, that's basically my process. It's very story oriented. And sometimes I do different iterations of each animal. Usually I have a pretty clear-cut vision of what I want the elemental to be, so I don't change all that much about it. Also because for some of these new ones require a little bit more creativity and thinking, because I'm redefining what they are basically. But usually there's like a pattern, so obviously the light elementals are going to be emitting light, and because I've already designed their general vibe or aesthetic, kind of much easier just marry that specific aesthetic with an animal, if that makes sense. So that's fun. I'm also trying not to shade too much because I want to go in with watercolors later. But I do want to like kind of get in the pattern. This one specifically is going to be a striped hyena, so of course he's going to have stripes, which, you know, those kind of identifying characteristics I want to make sure I keep. I might make the stripes blue. I think that could be really cool. Like make him all like super dark, like ashy colors, and then have the blue fire and perhaps the blue stripes. I think that would be really sick. Any other questions or topics or anything? It can be about art, can be about anything. Anything you want to hear my opinion on, basically. What exactly is an elemental? That's a good question. An elemental is a type of character that I have developed for my the world that I've made for my screenplay and for, you know, other projects set in that world. And the elementals basically are an animal combined with an element. So, and these elements are magical elements. So we have fire, we have water, we have earth, we have air, and we have shadow, and we have light. So then those combine to make a character, basically. What is your favorite art medium? Ballpoint pen. I love using ballpoint pens, especially for sketching, and I think they look really lovely combined with watercolors. Watercolors is also one of my favorite mediums. But I, as I'm sure you know, like to do a lot, especially if you like watch my channel, like to do a lot of different types of, or like use a lot of different media. Because basically I can't decide which one's my favorite. Been doing a lot of digital lately, because digital is so easy compared to traditional, especially like paints and stuff, because you have to, you know, get everything set up and clean the paint up with it. With the digital, I just have to grab my tablet and go, plug it in, go. You know, it's very easy, and all I have to do to clean up is put the tablet back and shut off my computer. So it's convenience basically is what I've been going with lately. But since like yesterday, I did a lot of traditional. Yesterday I sketched. So I finished these. This is the beauty of this big sketchbook. It's so difficult to hold. So I finished this character, this Peony, and oh, goodness me. Rose is the bear. We will have Thor, this is the hog I was talking about earlier. And these ones I did. So we have Victory's the fox. We have the vixen. We have Grim. That's Grim. Altina is the horse. And these I showed just a bit ago. That's Onyx. And that's Odin. And because I had a bunch of inspiration, and this is what I'm working on right now. You can't even see my sketch, goodness. Like this one. That's what I'm working on right here. Can you even see that? Just the very basic shapes. So I had a lot of inspiration and a lot of different elementals that I wanted to make also because autism, I wanted exactly the same amount of elementals for each element, and I had a lot of fire elementals, and I didn't have you know, the rest I had to make more to catch up to that for the rest of the categories. So that's where that came from, but I really enjoy all of them, and I've just been loving drawing all of them. And yeah, you know, designing them, thinking of backstories and everything has been really fun. Are you watching the Loki series? Oh, I've been wanting to watch it, but I've just not sat down to actually watch it. I've been watching very little like actual like series or anime, stuff like that. I've not been able to get myself to watch yet. Yeah, so maybe soon, because I do really still want to watch it. Because Loki is one of my favorite characters from Marvel. I think he's really quite brilliant. He's like fun to watch. And I think that's always very important when you have a character that's like, they're fun to read about, or they're fun to think about, or whatever. Important aspects of character, you know, they need to be interesting. It looks like a cat. No. Favorite character archetype? That's an interesting question, because I don't usually like to write with archetypes, because, you know, they're kind of, I know, it's difficult. Well, sometimes I do it in order to subvert expectations. So like I make a character that's very, I know, what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotypical. And I make a character that's very stereotypical, only to then like pull the rug out from under you and be like, hey, actually this character is about this, even though, you know, you presume that they were about this because stereotypes. So I don't usually enjoy those, but I will say that I do like a you know, kind of apathetic, sarcastic character. I think they're always quite fun to they usually end up being my favorites in like series that are more, I know, less serious, I think. I like hero type characters as well, just because, you know, got to do what's right because it's right. Or just like characters that I can identify with. So I don't know. And I'm not really that big of, like I said, I'm not really that big a fan of character archetypes. It's usually just, you know, whether I can relate to a character, whether I think a character is well written. I love clever characters. I really, really like characters that are smart. Think that's because I was thinking of like L from Death Note or Light from Death Note. Every character in Death Note that is clever. I really enjoy watching, like reading those kinds of narratives that are just really cleverly constructed, and with that usually comes like clever characters. Yeah, I'm really liking this character. Any other questions? I'm getting getting kind of lost in the sketching. It happens. It's probably why I should have something to talk about when I'm going to live stream, otherwise I'll just get distracted just sketching. Lots of learning opportunities here, but I do suppose it is my first try. Oh, dude, I'm loving how this one's coming together. This is fun though, like just hanging out sketching. Maybe next time I'll just ask somebody to come hop on call with me and we can just chat. Because I don't know, it's I feel like I'm being boring. Just sitting here sketching. Also, it will probably help next time if I can set up my camera properly so you can actually see my sketchbook and see what I'm doing. That will probably help. But it just really wasn't happening, and I really just wanted to get some drawing done, so I wasn't gonna like struggle with the camera for like an hour. Okay, that's this character. I am going to quickly like darken up the outlines a little bit because lots of characters on one page, so it's always a good idea to darken up that outline just to separate the silhouettes. Well, I'm glad I'm not boring, at least. That's good to hear. Yeah, I also think that seeing this sketchbook would definitely help. Maybe next time I'll be able to figure it out. It's also that I don't have a lot of desk space to work with. Like, I've basically just cleared out my desk area here. But if I were to do it over there where my laptop usually stands, because now my laptop's like on top of my printer. So maybe I could try that, but then there wouldn't be any room for a sketchbook, let alone like watercolors, if I were to want to like do some painting. There just wouldn't be any space for that. So yeah, but I also might, you know, I'm going back home to my family in, you know, next week anyway. So, or like this week for quite a while, I think. So I will have a different desk space to work with. So maybe I'll be able to figure it out then. We'll see. And if not, then I suppose you'll just have to, you know, cope with this. Not being able to see. Anyway, I think this is looking really sick. Ta-da! We've got a big sketchbook that's falling. We've got a fire hyena. I think it's really cool. Hey, Sketch! Sketch. I pronounced that really weirdly. Hi, Sketch. Hope you're doing well. Right, next character. We are moving on to. How about you guys vote? So you go and whilst I look up references, when I look up references for both animals, you guys just tell me which one you want me to draw first by just, you know, type it in the chat. So you have a choice between, I'll just type it in real quick. We have Moira, the shadow wolf, or Quinn, the I just hope I didn't make any spelling mistakes, because I really can't tell, because my laptop's like bent down, so you guys can get the correct view. I can also like barely read the chat, so you let me know, the shadow wolf or the earth horse. The earth horse is going to be a stained glass horse, which is going to be cool. And the shadow wolf is going to be more like an actual shadow, because up until this point, shadow elementals have just been have just had black coats and yellow eyes. But now she's actually going to be more like a let me say it, more like an actual shadow. So when light, she's going to be just like semi-translucent, which is going to be really cool. See what you guys are saying. Wolf, 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 horse, horse. Oh my goodness, everybody's here. Hello. Hello. So I'm seeing more wolf than horse. So whilst I'm drawing the wolf, I'm going to think of what breed I want for the horse. Okay. Yeah, lots of wolves. It's fun that all you guys are here. There's got like 10 people watching. That's fun. Didn't, to be honest, I didn't even expect anybody to show up. This also, like, it goes to show how glad I am that I don't have a big audience. Because I'm already nervous with like 10 people. I'm going to say nervous, but I'm like, oh, there's like 10 people watching. That's a lot of people. I can just imagine like how people that pull like big numbers must feel. Goodness me. Okay, we have a big comment that I forgot to read. Did you reread a book or rewatches, like ever reread a book or rewatch a series that you used to rewatch and were shocked because it included problematic content you didn't agree with the morals in the story? Oh yes, Harry Potter being the big one for this. I didn't necessarily reread it, but I used to like really enjoy Harry Potter quite a bit. But then, you know, J.K. Rowling started to make some problematic statements, and I, you know, when I thought about it a little bit more, I realized, oh dear, all that actually shows through in the work quite a bit, and I was kind of shocked by that. Oh, hey, Radu. Everybody's here. This is fun. This is fun. I'm just drawing some elementals. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with it. It's not like it's going very fast, but I'm concentrating on chat and drawing and being entertaining and everything. And so, what's your favorite book? The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I usually am of the opinion that, you know, the book is a lot better than the film. And with this one, I feel like it's a night and day difference. I do like the Hobbit films, don't get me wrong, because I grew up on them. But the Hobbit, really, the book is so much more than, you know, the film. I feel like the Lord of the Rings films did a much better job at, I know, conveying the stories and characters, but I feel like the Hobbit just didn't deliver what the experience that the book delivers usually. Lost 2 viewers since I started talking about that. People really like the Hobbit films, huh? No, I've heard like people really dislike them. I don't dislike them all that much because, you know, I've seen way worse like adaptations, film to book, no, book to film, or like other kinds of adaptations. I've seen much worse. But yeah, that one was kind of, you know, I don't know if you could ever convey the same feeling. That's also one concerned about, because, you know, The Hobbit, the book, is just, I don't know how many of you have read it, but it really is like my favorite book ever. It's just the way I feel like the Tolkien writing can sometimes be a bit daunting and a bit much. No, I felt that way when I was reading Lord of the Rings, because, you know, then it's like the first 100 pages is just talking about Hobbit habits. I don't remember it exactly, but it can you know, it was a little bit, I don't know, even say it, a bit slow paced, I suppose. It's a bit of overload of information. I feel like The Hobbit doesn't have that problem, because this is much smaller book. I think it's like around 300 pages probably, so it's not that much when you compare it to Lord of the Rings. What am I doing? This is not looking good at all. This doesn't look like a wolf. What am I doing? This is also, you know, the thing about drawing with pen is that you can't erase. So, you know, usually I just deal with mistakes I make, but sometimes when there's like, it's just a thing where I'm like, oh yeah, this is just so obviously a thing that I can fix so quickly. I'm like, might as well just put a little something over it. Yeah. Does that even look better? Yeah. I get like a true view of this. Well, I'll try again. Yeah, watch me struggle. This is fun. Any other questions, guys, or anything you want to hear me talk about? I'm just, you know, I should just have like a list, like bullet points of stuff that I can address if I like don't have anything to talk about. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Come on, guys, give me topics to talk about. Also, should I do the Technoblade thing? If you've not subscribed yet, you should totally subscribe. You know, I don't have a sellout timer or a belt that I can ring. But, you know, whilst I'm here, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Because I want to hit, like I've said this many times, but I really don't want many subscribers, but I do want to hit 1,000, just because, I don't know, I like the idea of getting, you know, my channel monetized and set up. I feel like that's fun. And that could be just, you know, that way I can also maybe like rake in a little bit more to actually like spend on the YouTube channel. I could like afford, I know, buying like equipment to use for filming, and I think that could be really fun. So yeah, sub if you haven't. How has school been? School has been a ride. It's been, you know, at the same time, really, really fun. I've been learning a lot. And, you know, I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point, but it's also been stressful. But, you know, anything and everything is stressful. because it's a lot of work and there's a lot to get done and a lot of expectations to meet, and you know, it's not always easy. Right, that's a janky wolf. I will do better on the next one. What else? When did you know you wanted to be an artist? How did your journey go so far? Well, all I knew is that I love drawing. And I just kept drawing, and eventually, you know, I became, you know, good at it, quote unquote. I became, I learned a lot about drawing, and I really enjoyed drawing. So I just wanted to keep drawing. And if you know, had asked me, hey, what do you want to do, you know, for a living, or like, not necessarily that, but more like, hey, what do you enjoy doing most? Or what's something that you really want to learn a lot more about? Because there's a lot of stuff that I enjoy doing. Art is one of those things, and but I think that I'm most excited to learn more and improve when it comes to art. So that's why drawing something that I just wanted to you know, progress in. And naturally what comes after that is you know, if you want to go to school for drawing, you're probably going to be an artist. So, but we'll see. I don't know, maybe. I could become a dog trainer too, who knows. What else? Favorite moments from the Dream SMP? Ooh, okay. So a step closer to taking over the world. Yep. Dream SMP moments. Okay. I doubt anybody who's here right now has actually like knows all that much about the Dream SMP, apart from you, because I like gave you a crash course. I really like Technoblade. Technoblade is one of my favorite characters, so I loved basically any stuff that involves him, because it's just really exciting, because he always brings, you know, the withers and destruction and you know, interesting content. Like, don't get me wrong, I like you know, Tabo and Tommy as much as the next guy, but do they spawn withers everywhere they go? Do they have a hound army? Like, Technoblade is just really fun to watch. Also his humor, I really vibe with his humor. So yeah, people are gonna hate me for saying this, but I really enjoyed the stream where he's like blowing up L'Manberg. Not because I hate L'Manberg or anything, but just because it was really exciting and fun to watch. I also watched spoilers, I suppose. One of his recent streams where he like went and visited Dream in prison and got locked in prison with him. I thought that one was really fun as well. What is Dream SMP? Oh boy! The Dream SMP is a goodness me, how do I even describe what the Dream SMP is? Basically, it's a Minecraft survival multiplayer server, and there's a lot of lore and storytelling involved. And it's incredibly popular, and a lot of people watch it. So basically you have just a whole bunch of characters, and everybody, it's basically like an alternate version of themselves. So like, let's say Tommy Innit, for example, Tommy Innit will play as Tommy in the Dream SMP. So they're basically just role-playing in just a massive world filled with lore, and it's really so fun. Also, because you can watch from basically any character's perspective. You can't watch from Dream's perspective, but most characters, I think, like stream or make YouTube videos about their perspective. So you can watch the story unfold from basically any streamer's perspective that you like. So then that streamer kind of becomes the main character. So say you're watching Tommy Innit, then Tommy Innit is the main character. But if you're watching Wilbur Soot, then Wilbur is the main character, because you're watching from their perspective, which is really fun. But yeah, there is a lot of lore, and I'm not even familiar with every single thing. If you really want to watch it, then or like really want to learn more about them, I highly encourage you to check out Evan MC Gaming, who makes a lot of who's made a couple summary videos, really like explaining the plot mainly. And if you watch all of that, then you can get caught up much quicker, because this has been going on for quite a bit. And there's a lot of lore to it. I am just not good at drawing wolves. What the heck? Why can't I draw a wolf? Why is this animal in particular giving me trouble? You'd think it'd be something that I'd never drawn before, like a hyena, but wolves just, even though I draw dogs pretty much all the time. Why can't I draw a wolf? Wolf's basically a dog, anatomy-wise. I do get to draw paw pads though. I love drawing toe beans. Yeah, are you guys reading any books or anything, or like watching any series or whatever? I'm currently reading Sherlock Holmes. I have been for a long time, because this book is, what is it, like 1100 pages long? It's like a collection of all the Sherlock Holmes stories and everything. I'm finally getting around to, wouldn't say finishing it yet, but I'm like 2/3 of the way done. And Sherlock Holmes, the book, really, the books, I enjoy them so much more than any like series and films that I have ever watched on Sherlock Holmes. Like, I do like them, but I feel like they just never really portray his character well. I really like the Sherlock Holmes from the books much better. Probably won't be able to watch it. The Minecraft graphics might make me very dizzy and sick. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I had the same time playing Minecraft. Like, I couldn't play Minecraft for long periods of time, because I get like motion sick. But then I turned off like something in the settings, and that made me where like the character or like the screen like shakes in like in line with the character's walk cycle, so it's like you're actually walking, but that's the thing that was making me giving me headaches. So when I turned that off, I was able to, I'm able to play Minecraft just fine. So that might be something to look into. I forgot exactly what it was called, but I don't remember the last time I picked up a book. Okay, well, you know, reading isn't for everybody, and some people really like reading, other people don't. So don't be too hard on yourself if you know reading isn't for you. I personally just really like enjoy reading, because I don't know, it's a lot less fast-paced than, well, some books are fast-paced, but I mean like than visual and auditory media, just like films, not books, films, series, like YouTube content, whatever. Last I wrote was the GOT series. Well, what's that abbreviation again? Oh, Game of Thrones. Never mind. I was like, I know that. I've heard that somewhere. Yeah, good to you had fun reading that. Waiting forever on the next one. I've heard that is a theme with Game of Thrones. I personally haven't gotten into Game of Thrones because it just isn't for me. But I have like heard memes and everything. But yeah, you know, it takes time to write a book. It takes time to write a good book, especially. Because, you know, plot, you need to have a good plot, you need to have good characters, you need to have good character arcs. I would know. I'm currently working on a season 2, and it's a lot of work that goes into the planning. Season 2 of my screenplay. It's happening, for those of you who didn't know. Don't worry, I don't know much about games either, and I'm doing like a game art study, so it's okay, it's fine. I'm here to draw pretty pictures and that's it. No, I'm sure I'll learn more about games the more I work on them. And I also think it's probably going to be quite necessary. But yeah, that'll come with time, I'm sure. I'm not even sure if I'm ever going to be working in the games industry, because quite honestly, it just seems quite stressful. But also quite cool. So I don't know. It's like, it's one of those things I'm like, yeah, this could be really fun. And this could be really cool, but it also could also, you know, stress me the heck out. But then again, you know, lots of stuff stresses me the heck out. So suppose we'll see. It's not time for me to decide what I want to do with the rest of my life yet anyway. So we'll work on it. We'll figure it out. We'll be fine. Okay, there we have the wolf. I can't really, you know, tell all that much about it being a shadow wolf and all, but yeah. Once to get the colors in, then you'll see, because I'm gonna just color her like semi-translucent and everything's gonna be cool. I'm currently rereading. Oh, Percy Jackson! Yeah, just finished. Dragon Keeper. Ooh, yes, Dragon Keeper. I recommend that to you. Dragon Keeper is such an incredible book series. And it's one of my favorites. It's like it really just defined. It was like a big part of my my childhood when I was reading that. I just enjoyed it so much. And I, like, very recently, I think like a year ago, I finally got my hands on a third book in the series. So I think I read it when I was 10, maybe, no, not 10, I think 12, maybe older. I don't exactly remember, but I was reading that. But the only the first and second book were ever translated to Dutch, so I wasn't able to read the last piece of the puzzle. Basically, wasn't able to read it. So until I spoke English, I learned how to speak English, and then I very recently reread the books and read the final one, and goodness, I cried. It was so good. I enjoyed it so much. Okay, horse. I'm gonna figure out what kind of horse breed I want. I do have like an idea. I was thinking Arabian. Maybe an Andalusian. Oh, Andalusians are really pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna do an Andalusian because they're incredibly gorgeous horses. Such beautiful animals. Like, look at that. Look how pretty that is. You can't even see it at all, but pretty animal. Look. Oh, a paint horse. Yeah, I like paint horses too, but I'm not sure about the body type. It doesn't really fit the body type that I want. But they're also really pretty. They're also cute. Like, yeah, they're a bit too stocky for what I want. I want something that's really much more. It's a paint horse. I want something that's more, I know, light-footed, dainty, if that makes sense. Slim. It's kind of what I want, because it's going to be a stained glass horse, which is going to be cool. Gorgeous. They're expensive. Oh yeah, horses are expensive. They're horses. Don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna write their names down. So I've been drawing so many elementals. Like, really, just so many. And I gotta paint all of them, and I gotta color all of them too. All right. stained glass reference. Also really pretty. Can't wait to color this. It's going to be really fun. Ooh, that's sick. That's cool. Look, guys, it's Arcanine. It's really pretty. What's your guys' favorite Pokemon? Do you guys have any favorite Pokemon? Tell me your favorite Pokemon and give you my opinion on them. Rayquaza. I love Rayquaza. Lucario. Yep. Love Lucario too. Ooh, Toxtricity. Yeah, Toxtricity is cool. Mewtwo. Yep. God of War. Like God of War 2. There's just so many good Pokemon. Haxorus, yeah, I love Haxorus too. Very cool. I think my favorite one. Oh boy, I don't know if I'd be able to choose. I'd say just, I'm gonna just say Torterra, because Torterra is my first, was my first Pokemon. And I really, really like Torterra. But there's just so many good ones. I love Gyarados too. Gyarados is awesome. Goodness me, these horses are so pretty. Okay, there goes my phone. Don't do that. Don't do that. Any questions? Anything that you want to know, hear me talk about? No, I keep repeating myself, but I need stuff to talk about. Or else I can't make an entertaining stream for you. Because I just get caught up drawing and I forget that I'm live. No questions? Favorite video game? Oh, good question. I've really been enjoying Minecraft lately. But I've just been on the Minecraft hype because Dream SMP, I think. Pokemon is also really fun. I think Pokemon Platinum is my favorite in terms of the Pokemon games. Which else have been enjoying? Nexamon. I've not really been playing all that much lately, but it's been fun. What else do I play? I feel like I'm forgetting one. Animal Crossing, yeah. Animal Crossing, been enjoying that as well. Not been doing it a lot either. Just haven't been gaming a lot anyway. You're drawing a what? A corn on the cob druid. Tips for making obvious that it's a druid. I don't have any experience drawing druids. Like magic users, yeah, but druids. Druids are how would you say it? It's more like a potion brewing type of thing, right? Or am I completely wrong in that? So an interesting prompt though, isn't it? Oh, Nexamon, yes. It's such a good game. Like, definitely, highly recommend it. Like, it's like €15, and I've already gotten like so much out of it, so much enjoyment out of it. Like the Pokemon Sword storyline took me, I think, 8 hours, and that's because I was playing like really slowly. Like you could definitely speedrun that in much less. And I paid €60 for that. Nexamon is 15, so like a quarter of that, and I've already spent more hours in Nexamon, and I haven't even gotten I haven't even finished the plot yet. So yeah, it's such a good game. It's so fun because it's incredibly self-aware, but in like a really funny way. But it's like, it's also got a super good story so far. Like I've been enjoying it, the heck out of it, and the character designs are really, really good too. So I'd highly, highly recommend it. Especially because it's not that expensive, right? It's pretty cheap. And you can already get like a lot of enjoyment out of it. Like if it was like Pokemon price, I'd like do a bit more research, but I've just been really enjoying it, and like I feel like for like €15, and there's a lot to this game. It's really good, really fun. New Leaf or New Horizons? I've only played New Horizons, so I wouldn't be able to give you any opinion. I've just very recently gotten into Animal Crossing because, well, I say very recently, but I got it for my birthday back in February. So I wasn't on the hype train when it was like really big. But like my friends were, and they were like nagging me about it, and they really wanted me to play it. So eventually I gave in and asked it for my birthday and played it. And I mean, I've gotta say, like, I enjoy it quite a bit. I can definitely see how people could lose a couple hundred hours to it. At the same time, I feel like it's not the greatest game that I've ever played. Druids are like nature magic. Okay. Huh. Temtem, yeah, I've heard of it. I have not played it though. I don't think. Is it even out yet? I don't know. But it looks interesting. But I feel like it was just, I don't know, it wasn't like missing like a good story. And I always I'm like a really big sucker for story when it comes to, well, basically anything and everything. I love a good narrative. And I feel like Nexamon was a little bit more my style when it comes to that. I feel like Temtem is also a bit more, I know, child friendly. Not that Nexamon isn't, but Nexamon felt a bit more. It's got, I wouldn't say like it's got like rude, like crude jokes or whatever, but it's there's definitely some more PG stuff in there. Or like, you know, things I wouldn't allow, you know, my little brother to play. Or wouldn't want my little brother playing. Yo, this one's gonna look so sick once he's colored. Ah, look at Quinn. Look at him. Look at him. Yo, once I get that like watercolored texture in, oh, that's gonna be so sick. Once it looks a little bit more like actual stained glass. It's gonna be cool. Okay, last sketch, and I'm gonna call it a stream. Maybe next time I will get into using watercolors. But yeah, it's been fun just hanging out. I'm not gonna go anywhere yet, but might be soon. Oh, this one is just like a whole bunch of hair in front of its face. Great. Can't see his face. How am I supposed to draw it, huh? Good thing I know a thing or two about horses because I've drawn them so much. So I can kind of inquire what it might look like. Horses do look kind of dumb from the front. Deer also look like really dumb from the front. So, like, I did a whole spread with just deer, and like some of the front-facing ones like look really dumb. It's all deer. Ah, almost done. Almost done. Gosh, bloody wrist. Ah. I love my sketchbook, but sometimes it's a little impractical. Also got to get a good angle on it to make sure that I'm not drawing everything elongated. Ah. Stay in your place. Thank you. Yeah, there's still like 9 people. I got good retention, good audience retention. Like 10 was our most, was like the most amount of viewers that we had. Must mean I'm somewhat entertaining. Or everybody feels bad for me and they don't want to leave. Smaller sketchbooks for the win, yeah. Stealth drawing, yeah. I wouldn't be able to whip this out in public and like pretend that I'm not drawing. Back when, you know, trains were still like a thing, that I'm making it sound like trains have just, you know, gone out of use. But back when, you know, you could ride a train without, you know, any risk. It's opening back up now, so it's not as bad. But I used to just draw on the train, but I don't think I had this big sketchbook yet when I was drawing on the trains. Best sketchbooks on my school papers. Buses. I don't think I'd be able to draw on a bus because buses are so wobbly. Oh no, my viewership, my audience retention has like gone down. People have left us. Suppose I'm not being all that entertaining anymore. Doesn't matter. It was fun while it lasted. Good that I am entertaining. The last sketch on a page is always just so awkward. I should have sketched from top to bottom instead from bottom to top. So much easier in the long run. So like smudging the pen. Like maybe put something underneath to lean on. Yeah, I'm being so quiet. I'm being so quiet. I don't normally do this much talking, I'll tell you that much. When I do a YouTube voiceover, I won't spend like an hour and a half. Usually that takes like what, half an hour, maybe a bit longer probably. I haven't done any voiceovers in so long. Should probably get back into that. She's been doing so many animatics. And they've been really fun. I'm enjoying doing that a lot. Okay. Chill vibes, yes, hopefully. Hey, we're back up to 8 viewers. Woo! There's 8 people watching me. You know how you like get all nervous when somebody looks over your shoulder whilst you're drawing? That's what I'm feeling right now. But it's all my fault because I decided to broadcast this. Basically like asked you guys to come and look over my shoulder whilst I draw. Or when you're doing like mathematics or whatever and the teacher comes and looks over your shoulder. Now that is not fun. to like figure out how to put on some music, so we can all just vibe. Right, so I'm almost done. Woo! I did it. Can't wait to color this one. This one's going to be so much fun to color. Going to basically just like have, I think I'm going to go red, orange, yellow and green for the colors. Maybe add a little bit of blue and purple. It's mainly going to be like an all black. I'm also going to add black. It's going to be sick. I'm like really excited to color this one. But I have so many pages to color. Just darkening up the outline a little bit. As much as I enjoy drawing with ballpoint pen, it really does put a strain on my wrist. Painting is much easier because there's not so much. Like pencils, also really easy because they don't resist as much. But I really like the look of the ballpoint pen. Also, drawing in pen is really good for committing to mistakes and getting rid of this, oh, everything has to be perfect mentality when it comes to art. Because it doesn't. It doesn't. Anyway, you know, where art or anything can never be perfect because you're human, and that's fine. But it's all going to be so sick. I'm like super excited to color all of these. Gonna be fun. Yeah, that is it for this stream, I suppose. Here's the page. That's what we managed to sketch. I hope it's not in reverse, because then it will look even, you know, that will point out mistakes much easier. Oh, that's my face. Accidental face reveal. Oh no. It's fine. Thank you. Yep, full page. Half an hour. No, hour and a half. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, it's been really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm like really inclined to do my YouTube outro, but that's maybe not all that practical because it's still a live stream. It's not a YouTube video. Anyway, I'm gonna do it anyway because it's fun. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Fridays and perhaps like streams every now and then. Have a great week and keep on sketching. Bye guys.